I don't know what's in the air, but I'm feeling great. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling creative. And I just feel this whole spark of energy in multiple aspects of my life, but specifically for creativity, my creative passions, especially when it comes to this manuscript and building up on this book. And I just want to run with it. So that is what I'm going to do. And I think some part of this has to be regarding last week, where I managed to figure out a few ways that I could work on this craft on days that I have low energy and when I have less time. I figured out how to bring this craft into my week on a more consistent basis that doesn't feel so draining, and I think that has really helped spark this creativity, this joy, this excitement that had kind of dwindled in the past few weeks because I had been putting so much pressure on myself to time block multiple hours to work on this project, when that is clearly not necessary because it was draining and I wasn't as creative, which is the complete opposite of what we want. So I am very excited to continue working on this book, specifically with working on the plot, which I will speak about in a second. But hi, if you're new here, I am Amin. I speak about reading, writing, painting, illustrating, anything that takes my fancy, specifically about writing, because I am currently writing my first ever manuscript and I'm documenting the entire journey and process. So be sure to subscribe so that you can join me along the journey. And what I'm going to be working on during this video, during this week, is essentially doing a very detailed outline of my plot. Now, I have a base outline in which I've just got kind of the main beats of the 3-act structure, and I've got like a phrase or a sentence next to each of those that give me kind of an understanding of what I want in the plot. So what I'm going to be doing over the course of the week, maybe even 2 weeks, I'm going to be going into each of these beats and getting much more clearer, much more in depth of what each of them will entail for a few reasons. Firstly, this will just give me a clearer understanding of what I want to happen in the plot. Secondly, I have been debating on whether I want this to be a duology or not. I am leaning towards yes, but after I do a detailed outline, I think it will give me a better understanding of whether what I'm thinking will fit into one book or whether it will be better into 2. So that is part of it. And the third aspect is once I have this detailed plot, I can then figure out what I need to work on. For example, which characters I need to develop more, which of the world building, the sets and the scenes that I need to develop more in my own mind before I even start trying to write the first draft. Because at the moment, I feel like I'm kind of a bit chaotic because I don't know where to start and what to build up and what to figure out. Whereas if I have a plot, it will give me a better understanding of what I do need to figure out and what I don't. And of course, other things might come along whilst I'm writing the first draft, but I think this will just help me get a clearer understanding of what I need to set up before I start writing. Because I already know I need to go into more depth with my main characters and a couple of the side characters that I have kind of an understanding of. But in terms of the world building, I don't know what to do because I have a base understanding of a couple of aspects, but once I have a plot, I can figure out where my characters will be and therefore what lands and areas I need to develop more so that I can write. So that is what the aim of this video is. I am so excited, beyond excited, because it just feels like I'm getting closer to this project, getting closer to the characters, the plot, the world, the whole entire thing. And it's going to be so much fun. I've never been this excited before. I think you can tell by how quickly I'm speaking that I just kind of want to go, which is exactly what we're going to do. It is Saturday evening, and yes, I am spending my Saturday night working on my manuscript, working on this project, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Hello, so it is 2 hours later, and I did have dinner during that time, so I haven't been writing that whole time, but that's how long it's been. My initial idea was to actually do a writing sprint replay, but I realized that I didn't want to make that much of a commitment this evening to writing just because I wasn't sure how tired I was going to be. I also wanted to make sure that I maintained some time just to relax and kind of do nothing. So what I did instead was put on some music on YouTube, which you saw. Recently, I've been really enjoying doing this. I will just find a lot of the time it's been jazz music with like a really nice wintry image that just sets the whole vibe, the whole atmosphere. I will put that on, and I then did my writing sprints. Now, I have heard that a lot of people have been creating their own playlists for their books, so maybe that is something I would do in the future once I have a better understanding and clearer idea of what my actual book is and the whole world and everything. So that is something that I definitely want to look at doing in the future because I just want to get a better grip on this project before I do that. Oh, and by the way, this project is called Project Emerald. I don't think I've ever mentioned that on the video before, but that is what it's called. I think I will be doing like a full video, like an introduction type of video to this project at some point in the future. But yeah, that's what we're calling it. I don't know why. That name just kind of came to my head and I liked it. It felt right, so I've stuck with it. So we'll see if it changes or whatever we do with it. And the book does not have a name at all, not even near it right now. So we're calling it Project Emerald. And anyway, yes, I put on my music, I got the atmosphere going, and then I ended up doing 3 20-minute writing sprints, which is more than I had expected, but I'm really happy with it. I was really in the flow, I really enjoyed it, and I made really good progress. I ended up doing the detailed outline for Act 1 and Act 2, and this has really given me clarity of what I need to build up, especially in terms of world building. And it's got me so excited for the characters. I've realized that I need an additional character to kind of be alongside my main character. So we'll see how we'll intertwine that and who that character is. I don't know yet, but that is something that I figured out. And tomorrow I will be working on Act 3 and doing the detailed outline for this because essentially I have 2 ideas of how Act 3 can go down. So I want to be fresh when I look at that. So I will be doing that tomorrow where I work on both versions of it in a detailed outline, and then hopefully that will give me some clarity on which route I want to go down. This has already given me clarity that I do think this will be a duology. Now, I think when I actually write the first draft, that will become clearer because it may be that I've just spread out the beats too much, so much so that what I've written as a full outline should actually be half of the book rather than the full book. Or I might be correct and this may work best as a duology. So I do think I'm sticking with the plan of this being a duology, but we will see how that goes in the future. And this is my first time doing like an evening writing vibe, and I love it. Usually I do them in the day, or I don't do such long sprints in the evening just because I have to be up early for work the next day. So doing this longer sprint in the evening and setting the whole vibe with the music and just really getting into it has been amazing because I am definitely someone that gets more of my creative flow in the evenings anyway. So I think this has been a great way to really maximize on that. So I think I would be doing it more in the future. But other than what I've done so far this evening, I'm actually going to now maybe read a little bit, watch a movie, just kind of rest and relax. And I will speak to you next tomorrow. Good morning. So today I will be continuing with writing this detailed outline. So I will be writing the 2 alternative endings for Act 3 that I have. I forgot to mention this yesterday, but essentially how I'm writing a detailed outline is I kind of have a cheat sheet. So I did this masterclass for Scrivener by Abby, and I will link it in the description below. You do have to pay for it, but within that masterclass she also gave like a template for a fiction project in Scrivener, and within that template there is a section for a long outline, and she's basically got all of the beats listed out, and under each beat a paragraph explanation of what needs to be within that beat, and also the questions that you as an author need to answer within each portion of the book. And so I'm using that to write this detailed outline. So if you would like that, I will link it in the description below. Again, you do have to pay for the masterclass to get that template, but it's been really helpful for me and that's what I'm using. So yes, I will be continuing with the outline, and I think I will actually finish it today because I have got pretty much the whole day, afternoon to do this, and I will actually be putting on a replay of a live on in the background that I can work to. And yeah, I'm excited to get this outline done to kind of gain clarity. And also, I'm hoping that once I do the more detailed outline of Act 3, I can then actually decide which route I want to go down. And other than that, let's start the writing sprint. Hello, so the writing sprint is over now and it went so well. I managed to not only complete the outline, but I also started to look at my character profiles. This writing sprint was a total of 55 minutes of actual writing, and I progressed so much more than I thought I would. In terms of the character profiles, I've essentially gotten through my 3 main characters, and doing this, first of all, initially I only had 2 main characters, and doing this character profile made me realize that I did want one of the side characters to actually become a main character, and also it's helped me understand that I need a couple more side characters to play a part and to get a better understanding of. So that has been great. It's given me a lot more clarity in terms of this project and in terms of the direction that it's going in, and I feel like I progressed so much more than I thought I would. In terms of this weekend in general, this cozy writing retreat kind of weekend, it has been fabulous for multiple reasons. First of all, I feel like I progressed much more than I thought I would have. Secondly, I feel much closer and much more excited for this project than I had been for the past few weeks. And thirdly, I feel like I have implemented new writing habits that have really helped me, such as being able to read more, joining these writing sprints as a replay, and also doing a cozy writing evening, and it's just helped me get so much more excited for not only the project itself but also for writing in general. So that has been a lot of fun, and I definitely think I will be doing more of these in the future, especially during these colder winter months. And in terms of moving forward, I think I'm going to be doing work on the characters, and I realized that there are a few backstory elements and scenes that I haven't quite figured out yet. They're kind of jumbled into one another, so I need to do more development in that. But this has been great. I feel so much more excited, and I also wanted to mention that joining the writing sprints, even as replays, has helped me feel more connected to the AuthorTube community than I had done as well. So I'm definitely going to continue doing those. This has helped me propel and progress more than I thought I would have. I am so excited to continue this journey. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos and you can keep up with my journey as well. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Happy writing!